What is going on, YouTube? I am Germ here. So ever since G2 got eliminated from playoff contention, from Worlds contention this past weekend, it seems like everyone has been talking about them. Everyone has an opinion about them, and everyone has a plan for how G2 can rebuild, how G2 can fix their team this offseason, how G2 can get right back on top with just a couple of simple, foolproof moves from, every single person on Reddit, every single person on Twitter, every single person in the YouTube comments, yada, yada, yada. Some people think Wunder's the problem. Some people think Reckless has been the problem. Some people think they need Perks back. Some people think it's Mickey. But honestly, more and more popping up, the person I see taking the most blame, the most heat, the most criticism for this whole season, for the summer split, for the summer playoffs, and for the Fnatic series specifically, is the man up in the top lane himself. This is Mr. Wunder for G2. Many people are calling for his head. Many people are calling for his replacement. And that's what we're going to be talking about in this video today. So definitely drop a like if you guys do enjoy this video. I would appreciate it so much. Subscribe to stay up to date on all my latest content. We've been getting a decent influx of subscribers recently. We're trying to hit 8,000. That'd be great. And consider checking out my Patreon, patreon.com/IamGerm, where you can find VODs of my weekly podcast, Beyond the Rift with I Am Germ, and that will also be live streamed every single Monday on YouTube. With that being said, let's get right into this. Here is the big news coming out from Mr. Cobalt LOL. He is a big guy in the kind of rumor, news, leak, speculation space. He's always tweeting about different rumors, different sources that he hears. You guys should definitely check him out if you're interested in that kind of stuff. Follow him on Twitter. That would be great. He would appreciate it a ton. I would appreciate him that a ton as well. Support the people who help make a lot of this stuff possible. But he tweeted out, LOL, rip Wunder. And, this could be about a lot of different things. Obviously, a lot of people have been dogging on Wunder recently for his performance against Fnatic. People have been dogging on Wunder for Adam calling him out after the series, and I did make a video about that yesterday. But then also there is a lot of people speculating, guessing, saying that G2 should get rid of Wunder, and now it seems like more and more there are actually some of these rumor accounts popping up saying that Wunder will be gone. So this guy asked him, he said, you heard that Wunder's already out? And Cobalt said, nothing is official till November when contracts expire, and I cannot say exactly what I have heard. So again, there, he wouldn't necessarily confirm that Wunder is out. He wouldn't necessarily say what he's hearing right now. But it obviously is leading people to speculate a ton. And just, does that mean that they are saying they're going to kick Wunder? Does that mean they have a replacement top laner in place? Does that mean Wunder has a new landing spot? This is what a lot of people are wondering. And these are a ton of questions that are going to continue to be asked for the next couple of months. It's just August. It's not even September yet. And then we still have all of September, all of October, part of November. I think contracts expire around the second or third week of November, and then that's when we'll finally start getting some answers. And I do agree to an extent that, I was not totally impressed with Wunder, especially in the Fnatic series, going up against a rookie top laner who's in his very, very first split. Sometimes rookies have played all of spring split, and they've played all of summer split, and by then, they're almost a second-year player at that point. But Adam, obviously joining Fnatic in the summer split is just one single split into his career, and this is Wunder, an MSI champion, a world finalist, a world semi-finalist, however many time LEC champion, and under the bright lights of the playoffs, an elimination match, a world's elimination match, got beat by Adam's Darius in game 5 of this series, which is, to me, pretty concerning, but also not super surprising. I mean, it is surprising to an extent, but when you look at Wunder's body of work throughout the whole season and G2's body of work throughout the whole season, they were still talking a lot of trash like usual, which I think is good. They were still hyping up games. They were still hyping up matches. They were still really good on social medias, and they had some good weeks. They had some good moments, They finished the summer split regular season and the spring split regular season pretty good, but when the playoffs came, when it came to best of fives, usually when they rise up and are better in best of fives and better in big games, better in big moments, G2 was not that this season. And again, I do think a lot of the blame, not a lot of the blame, but a fair share of the blame does lie on Wunder's shoulders himself. They tried giving him a bunch of different picks when he played some tanks. He didn't necessarily look great when he got to play some carries like Camille in that series. he didn't necessarily look as great. And then also, there's going to be the comments and concerns about him not really playing solo queue and playing WoW a ton and all that stuff. And when G2's winning and Wonder's stomping and they're looking great, those are funny memes and those are jokes. But then all of a sudden, when you kind of look as inconsistent and bad as G2 has this whole year, when they come into the season talking about competing for world championships and they end up not even making it to Worlds or a single international tournament the entire season, you're going to start to get a lot more criticism. You're going to start to get a lot more flame. You're going to start to get a lot more hate. Then the next big tweet we got from Cobalt, this was actually today. This was like really, really late last night, really, really early in the morning. So it came out today, but some people saw it last night, where Cobalt said that he heard something from across the pond. G2 and 100 Thieves are definitely going to be the top bidders for Broken Blade. These, people have been speculating G2 Broken Blade would be a good fit for quite some time. I think I made a G2 Broken Blade video like a month ago, because when I personally am looking at the landscape, there's already not a lot of good top laners in the West. When you look at the LCS, when you look at the LEC, top lane is probably the weakest position. If you put both the leagues together, if you're just even looking at the LEC, top lane is probably the weakest position overall. So there's not a lot of great options. Even if everyone is available, even if no contracts existed, everyone was just on a big free agent pool. But then when you look at the free agents and who's actually going to be available without having to buy out and jump through a bunch of hoops and everything, Broken Blade really becomes the number one possibility in the West. Any Western team that needs a top laner, that wants a top laner, or wants Broken Blade himself is obviously going to be in on this mix. And when we're looking at G2 specifically, if they are going to be moving on from Wunder, they're not going to be doing a side grade. They're not going to be taking some kind of so-so player. It's not like Wunder was bad. If they don't go out and land a big splash, they'd be fine with just bringing Wunder back and hoping he's going to be better next year. But Broken Blade was very, very good this season, despite playing on the dead last team, Schalke, in the LEC. And to me, that is so, so impressive. In a team game like League of Legends, where it is so easy to be brought down by your team and for your team to hold you back, to be able to still shine as great as Broken Blade was able to do, and still motivate yourself to bring your best every single game and every single week, even when you're 2-15 in the LEC or whatever Schalke was, I think is very, very impressive for Broken Blade, and obviously some teams are taking notice of that. So Cobalt here is obviously talking about G2 and 100 Thieves being interested in BB. 100 Thieves is a rumor we've heard before. G2 is just what a lot of people assumed. And then he says, once again, LOL, rip Wunder. So, obviously, G2 being interested in Broken Blade doesn't necessarily mean that Wunder's gone, because what if Broken Blade signs to 100 Thieves? What if Broken Blade goes to some other team? Would G2 just kick Wunder and continue to look for another top laner, or would they bring Wunder back? I don't know, but it is looking more and more like Wunder at least is replaceable for G2. And then you start to think about other options. Obviously, he's going to have a ton of interest from North American teams. Vitality, we know, needs a new top laner pretty badly. There is going to be a lot of EU teams interested in Mr. Wunder as well, because he is a big name, he is a big brand, and when he's on, he can be very, very good, and I'm sure he wants to go and cash out as well. Honestly, I think if G2 does decide to move on from Wunder, he's still under contract with G2, so they're going to try and sell him off. G2 is going to get some big offers from North America. I could definitely see G2 selling him off to a North American team, which I think would be pretty interesting, because even though Wunder wasn't amazing as far as G2 standards go this past season, I think he could still be a pretty damn good LCS top laner, or even a good top laner on a lot of LEC teams. But again, these G2 Broken Blade rumors, these Rip Wunder rumors, are starting to look more and more real. They're starting to surface. We're starting to talk about them more and more. People are starting to call for Wunder's head more and more. So, headed into this offseason, definitely keep this on your radar. This is the word on the street, I guess. But definitely drop a like if you guys did enjoy this video. I would appreciate it so, so much. Leave a comment down below. What do you think is going to happen to Wunder? Do you expect to see him back on G2 or on another team in 2022? I would love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions. Subscribe to stay up to date on all the latest content. Hopefully catch you guys in the next one. But until then, peace!